Hey, it's Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS here to talk some more Time Lord Victorious. This time I'm going to be talking about the Dalek animated series on YouTube. There will be spoilers, but this one really good. It starts out the Emperor, the Strategist, and the Executioner are all on a mission to get into this archive of knowledge. They want it, and as they're doing that, of course, these people kind of double trick them. They escape through a portal, leaving their kind of robot librarians to reveal that the reason they were able to do that was that these people in another dimension, he promised them the Daleks, and so it was a trap. The Daleks are getting wrecked, and they retreat to Skaro, but they go to Skaro and they are just decimating Skaro. So the Emperor and the Strategist devise a plan. They evacuate. They go to a reserve planet where there's a bunch of Daleks in stasis. Once again, this entity is outside of time, so they're able to be there first, and they reprogram these Daleks. And they try to set up a thing where they try to get the Strategist to disobey the Emperor and make himself the Emperor. And they said, you know, if you take control of the Daleks and work for us, we'll make you Emperor. And because you're different than the other Daleks, you actually show intelligence outside of pure rage. But the Strategist is completely loyal to the Emperor. So now we have Dalek on Dalek war, as these entity-controlled Daleks are fighting the regular Daleks, and once again, Emperor orders them to flee to the Mechanoids. The Mechanoids, how great is that? Love these classic Doctor Who baddies, especially since oftentimes they're shown as really the only thing they can be defeating the Daleks outside of like the Time Lords. So seeing that the Daleks, they ran there, once again, brilliant strategy by the Strategist, bring them Mechanoids versus this new entity. And even though a lot of the technology that the Mechanoids use, the Daleks have, they don't think the same way. The Daleks all are about attack, and their attacks were not phasing the entity at all. Their laser blasts weren't doing anything to it. But using similar technology that the Daleks possess, the Mechanoids were able to devise a shield to prevent them from attacking, and then to use a frequency to send them back to their dimension. And so at that point, though, the Mechanoids think that the only people left are the Emperor and the Strategist. And so they tell him, go back to Skaro. Go run back to Skaro. But we're coming for you. Of course, this was part of the Dalek plan, even because there's yet another hidden battalion of Daleks there on Skaro that had been from other places in the galaxy that the Emperor had called back, entraps the Mechanoids. The Mechanoids, one last ditch effort, they go, capture the Strategist, tell the Strategist, every living thing wants something, what do you want? And he tricks them thinking that he wants to be Emperor. He goes in, helps them turn Dalek technology into the weapon they used against the entity to target the Emperor. And then he pulls a little trick there. He's like, there are others that are loyal to the Emperor. I also have to input in the computer. And he goes over to the computer, but he switches it to take out the Mechanoids. And he sucks the Mechanoids into that dimension with the entity. And so he is forever loyal to the Emperor. And he makes a comment that part of the reason why he's survived so long is because he's not the Emperor. Part of his loyalty to the Emperor is because the Emperor is always the focus of attack. Anybody who wants to take down the Daleks wants to take down the Emperor. But he positions himself in the second command position to be able to operate and plan and scheme. One of the things I love is when the Daleks are going against the Mechanoids. The Emperor is just sitting up top and he's all except, yes, exterminate, exterminate. He's like a kid playing an an RTS, you know, he's got, oh yes, conquest, you know, sitting there. He's just all excited looking over and happy about that. Now, as far as the show, I think it was great. I think it was fun. As far as the animation, nothing groundbreaking. In fact, I would liken it to Beast Wars in the 90s. Yeah, not that bad, but it's kind of like that 90s early 3D models, which, because it's Daleks, it doesn't look that bad, but definitely nothing high production to celebrate there. But it's fun, it brings back the Mechanoids, and it introduces kind of some of these characters. It really makes the strategist shine, the worn, beaten strategist who survives despite all these bad cosmetic things that happen to the Daleks. He always seems to survive. So it really kind of goes in and shows who these characters are and builds them up to get you ready to experience them in all the books and audio dramas that come over Time Lord Victorious. So anyways, that's just my review. Next up, we'll look at some of the comics. So with that, hope everybody's enjoying Time Lord Victorious. Have a good day.